Hi, Jacqueline here. I'm trying something new. Instead of writing my monthly newsletter for my circle, I'm going to record it on this so that I can upload it to YouTube more easily, my brand new YouTube channel, Being Obedient. My husband will likely be talking in the background. He's taken to working from the kitchen counter. So that's what that is. Okay, so here we are in April. We're in the second month of our quarantine, of our being at home, being with our families in close quarantine. We're coming up on a new moon in Taurus on Wednesday, 2 days from now. The new moon is when the sun and the moon are so close together, they're conjunct. They're so close together in the sky that we don't even see the moon from Earth. So it's just darkness. And as we all know, in shamanic ways, the darkness is very fertile. The darkness is where the seed gathers energy and strength so that it can punch through the soil and burst open. And especially now in April, we're in that moment of darkness, of gathering. It's a moment of gathering, this new moon. And new moons are traditionally for setting intentions. I'm hoping if you're watching this video, you are someone who's been sending your intentions and your prayers and maybe your actions and your money and your resources and anything else you can do for those who are truly suffering now more than ever. Rather than really setting intentions for what's next, this month, I think a really good intention to set would just be to align yourself with the energies of Taurus. Taurus, the bull, it's the earth itself. It is the 3D material world, and it's also nature. At this point in time in our collective journey through this COVID experience, we've probably come into more of an acceptance of what's happening. Maybe we have a wider picture of what it's going to look like in our own personal lives. And now maybe it's a moment to pause at this new moon, to pause and reconnect in any small way to nature. We don't have to go out and do a big major ceremony in the middle of nowhere, although if you can, obviously, do that. That's amazing. You can connect to nature simply by standing outside and feeling the sun on your body in a conscious way, even for a moment. Taurus is about the five senses. It's about the body's experience of reality. And I'm guessing all of us have been quite rightfully in our minds trying to figure out, what's going to happen next. And maybe this is a pause moment to put that down and to return to your body. Sit on the earth, get your root chakra against the earth. Even if you live in an apartment, you can still sit on the earth, sit in a parking lot. If you can, sit on actual ground or earth or dirt, whatever it is. And close your eyes and breathe and see if you can feel the energy of the earth. See if you can draw your attention, place your conscious awareness on the center of the planet. You just kind of push your awareness down into the ground and imagine it going down, 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 down through all the layers of the earth, right to the heart, the center of the earth, which in multi-dimensional reality is kind of like a crystalline point of consciousness, and you can connect there. I do this all the time. I send down my consciousness like an anchor, and I literally connect into earth. It kind of grounds me instantly. It's an amazing way to ground yourself, and then you can move from this grounded place. So that's a really good thing to do at the new moon. Connecting with our five senses to the reality also allows us to tune in with the understanding that we're here, that our bodies are here. We don't live in our minds. We try to live in our minds, and the mind/ego will try to convince us that it is our life and it is who we are, and it's not simply so. Our bodies are receptors. They're literally fields of reception. That's what this It's a receptor, and it receives on so many levels, gross levels and subtle levels. So a gross level would be if you drop a glass on your foot, you're going to feel it. Gross level reception, ow, that really hurts. The subtle levels are everything that's going on now, the astrology that's happening through this time of COVID is huge. These are not subtle transits. These are gigantic. That's why COVID is gigantic. That's why the world has changed so dramatically. COVID is just serving the energies of the planets that are already, the energies that were already happening. This is a time of transition and awakening on Earth, and COVID is serving that. No matter if it wasn't COVID, it would have been something else that served to awaken. We are in a moment of awakening. It's a time that astrologers have known about for a long time. It's a time that we've prepared for, those of us who have been following astrology. And even if you haven't followed astrology, you know now, it's got your attention. So it's a time to wake up. It's a time to attune to the subtler energies. It's a time to allow what's happening in the cosmos, all of the doors that are opening, all of the windows, all of the portals that are not momentary. Typically, we have more momentary portals. We have little cycles of awakening, wheels, opportunities of awakening. This is a gigantic, extended portal of awakening. And you don't have to figure it out. That's the best news. With these subtle energies, there's nothing to figure out. It's simply to allow your body to receive the information as the body knows how to do. So how we can do that is to simply chill out and relax and allow your body to feel. Go walk your dog without any media on you and just listen and hear what you're hearing. The universe is constantly speaking to us. It is speaking to you in the sound of that bird. It is speaking to you in the type and color and frequency and energy of that flower. It is speaking to you in the smell of the grass and the breeze on your face. It's all information, and you don't have to know what it means. You just have to be available to receive it in a conscious way. So, first of all, know that you are receiving. Give yourself permission to receive. Just say out loud, body, I receive everything that's coming. I allow my nervous system to be calm and open to receive everything that's coming through. And then just breathe, sleep. When you sleep, you integrate all that you've received. Sleep a lot, sleep more than you think. Don't think you're being lazy. Right now, the need for sleep is extreme because we are taking in so much information in the subtle realms right now. Meditate, listen to music, dance. Don't try to figure it out. Don't use the mind to figure it out. That's not what this time is about. This time is about allowing the old systems to disintegrate, the old systems of power, structure, the economy, social structures, religious structures, educational structures, everything that's disrupted right now. A necessary death, so that when they reopen, we can tweak them so that they can be more in aligned with truth. They can be more in alignment with natural rhythm. They can be more in alignment with what the human spirit needs, all humans, so that the system serves everyone. Everyone, everyone, everyone. This is what this time is for. And while it may not be up to you, it may not be your calling in this lifetime to redesign the banking system, know that it's happening. Hold the container for the ones who came into the body for this moment. Many of us came into the body for this moment, by the way. Hold the container for those who are doing it. Hold the possibility, know and feel how that's going to feel, how amazing that's going to be when we have a banking system that doesn't favor anyone, that's fair for everyone, that allows us to purchase homes in a way that is sane and kind and makes sense. And, the system that doesn't keep poor people down, that comes up under and lifts, the people that have fewer opportunities, that we come under and we lift them, and that we recognize, those of us who were born on third base, we recognize we were born on third base. And so we come up under the ones who were born on first base, and we help them in a way that's real. We help level the fields. We create systems that level the field. We create an earth that works for everyone. That's what this time is for. So allow yourself to feel the changes. Allow yourself to watch and witness the disintegration and the destruction without fear. It's a long time coming. Be grateful. We can't build the next world without this one burning. And this one's burning now. So we can't hang on. We can't grasp. We can't try to save it. Let it burn. We'll take what we've learned. Hopefully we've learned a lot from this. We've certainly learned what doesn't work. Let us take the parts that did work. Let us dream and imagine from our hearts, from our bodies, from our spirits, how to make it better. Let us create a different world where the earth is respected, where humans are respected, where animals are respected, where all sentient beings are respected and valued. And one thing you can do at home is ask yourself, where in your life are you not respecting yourself or other humans or animals or the earth? Single-use plastics disrespect the earth. That's just so freaking inconvenient, so inconvenient, because our life has been built on single-use plastics. They don't respect the earth. They don't disintegrate. They just pile up, and they wind up in the ocean, and they wind up in the bellies of the beings who inhabit the ocean, and it kills them. So it's not for us. It's not a win-win for all sentient beings. It's selfish. So we've got to figure out a way to get single-use plastics out of our reality. And that means we've got to accept some inconveniences. We just do. And we've got to stop buying things in plastic so that we can let the people who are in charge of that system know we're not going to interact with that. You've got to find a different way to present that product. This is how it's going to change, and it's up to us. Other people are not going to do it for us. Our government's not going to do it for us. We're going to do it. The age of Aquarius, which we are revealing now, is the energy of us together. We link arms. We hook up, we link up, which is why I think the technology is as it is now, so that we can do that. All over the world, we can hook up into virtual communities, and we can find solutions for one another. Create an online community about how, I'm sure there's already so many, join one, about how do we live without single-use plastics. Just, pick a place and start there. How do we make the lives of animals better? Factory farming it's just not okay. It goes against our humanity to treat animals the way that they are treated in the factory farming system. It's not okay for our hearts. It's not okay for our humanity. We have to find a different way. And we are extremely creative, intelligent beings. Those ways exist. And for those really high-level operating ones, those ones who can go between dimensions and timelines, go into that timeline where these things are already solved and bring back those solutions to this time, to this moment. Okay? Another thing that's happening with me personally is I can feel the 3D. The 3D is just the material world. The gross matter of the material world. I can feel what I would consider 5D, just because that's what the ancient ones and the tuned in ones talk about as what's revealing now, the 5D, the fifth dimension. I can feel it overlaying the third dimension. There are moments where I can feel the two together. It's very disorienting. It's wild. The fifth dimension, when it's like that overlaid, the third is so shiny. I go outside, I feel like I'm tripping because everything is so clear and so shiny and so bright and like vibrating at a level of frequency of joy that is I've never experienced so profoundly. Those experiences, if you're having those experiences, they can be disorienting. I was laying on my daughter's bed with her the other night, and I turned my head, and all of a sudden the bed was falling back through space. I was turning counterclockwise back into space, and I just, breathed and was still and allowed it to happen. And then I got up and I started walking down a hall, and it was continuing. One side of the hall was moving away from me and the other one was moving for me. These two dimensional frequencies that were moving in opposition. And so I breathed and I stopped and I asked my body and my highest nature, how do I serve this? What should I do? And I thought, should I chant? Should I pray? Should I meditate? Where should I be right now? And I got the answer, go to bed. So at 7 at night, I went to bed. My husband, very fearful that I had COVID and trying to explain, I kept saying to him, because I really wasn't even in the 3D enough to communicate in a verbose way. I just kept saying, it's dimensional. It's dimensional. I just have to sleep now. It's dimensional. And I slept for a couple hours. And when I woke up, that was gone and all was well, although it was all well during. This is what's happening now. Now, it's not that the 5D is coming online. It's never been online. We exist in all the dimensions, and who knows how many there are. Who knows? I just heard today on a podcast that topographers are mapping the human brain. They've mapped 9 dimensions of perception in the human brain, maybe 11. But it's my understanding it's infinite, or it's a number we can't conceive of. So it's not like this is new. It just means that we have had the majority of our conscious awareness focused on the third dimension, the material world, and we're leaping now. Enough people are making the leap. Enough people are pulling their conscious awareness, the bulk of their conscious awareness, back from the 3D and projecting it into a different frequency. And apparently that frequency is the one that makes up the fifth dimension. And we are now sort of putting down enough of a presence there that it's becoming stabilized now. And we can feel through both. And apparently in the fifth dimension, we have the ability to be a lot more creative. We aren't bound by the laws of the natural world, the 3D world, the material laws. And maybe this is what's necessary now, so we can think and create differently, because we need to think and create differently, because what we've created, the world as it is right now in 2020 on Earth in the third dimension, isn't sustainable. The humans don't survive that world if it continues as is. We go extinct. The world will be fine. The Earth will be fine. It will recover. The animals even will recover. I mean, there's stories now of animals taking over towns after like a week. They're in the middle of a town. The animals will be perfectly fine, and the plants as well. But the humans, no. So we've got to change who we are, how we think, what we believe. We have to go back into, not back, there's no going back. We get to go forward into a deeper understanding of what the human being is, what the heart is, what multidimensional awareness is, what oneness is. And we get to begin living from those places. We take that awareness and we apply it to the third dimension. We don't live only in the third dimension. The third dimension isn't sustainable to human life. So on the new moon on Wednesday, and maybe every day, for the next month, for the next 4 weeks. Take time out, go sit on the earth, go feel the sun, go stand out in the moonlight, say a prayer, dance, put on one song and move, not in your mind. Allow your body to move. Allow your body to express something, anything, rage, fear, dance it out. Don't just run it through your mind. That only feeds it. That only gives it power and makes it more dense. Dance it out of you. Come into the stillness. Come into the place where you remember that all is well. Ask for help if you need it. It isn't shameful to ask for help. It's powerful. And when you ask for help, you give the one you're asking help from the gift of helping. You give them the gift of helping. Reach out. Take care of yourself. That's what I got. I love you. More to be revealed. I love you. Be good.